What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the Monday kickoff, everyone. Of course, we have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow as usual. This time around is not featuring personal rewards, so we can lay back, take it easy this time around because, hey, it's Christmas. We don't want to be engaged in a clan versus clan non-stop. We gotta prepare, do our Christmas shopping, clean the house, and all the good stuff. In terms of rewards, tier 3, 4, 5, and 6, guys, everybody will be receiving speed gear and frost. Now, I have a feeling that Plarium has been so generous this time around that everybody who's getting that speed gear will actually get a triple or a quad roll. Keep on dreaming about it. I still don't have a quad on speed gear. Let me know if you guys have one. I'm very curious to know how many of you actually have a quad roll on speed gear. Of course, it needs to be on speed substat. As usual, we have a 10x event or some sort of event going on with the CVC, but this time around is going to be a 10x event. Funny enough, it's something that I was looking for, but then I decided to go and open for the guaranteed. It's fine. This weekend as well, keep in mind, so I just want to kind of like give you guys a warning. This weekend we have the 2x on Voids. It's Christmas. I really think that the reason why they gave us the guaranteed before, they're giving us this 10x now, is because we're gonna have some sort of special event during Christmas with the shards, during the 2x Void, maybe another 10x on one of the new champions, maybe another guaranteed. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I just feel it that something is going to happen. So let me quickly jump straight to the main topic, right? On Tuesday, December 20th, we're planning to launch a 10x event to summon Ragash from Ancient and Sacred Shards. I personally don't have the champion actually, and I kind of regretted that I haven't went for the guaranteed, but I didn't have a shard, so I skipped that guaranteed before. So Ragash, defense-based champion, Spirit Affinity, pretty solid champion, I would say. Actually, yes, pretty solid. That's why I kind of regretted that I haven't went for the guaranteed, that I didn't have the shards. But attacks one enemy 2 times, places an increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. So he doesn't really need somebody else to do this job for him because he can do it himself. On the A2, this fully booked will be on a 3-turn cooldown, attacks all enemies, 100% chance of placing defense down debuff on each enemy for 2 turns before attacking. Also has a 100% chance to place a stun debuff for 1 turn after attacking. This, of course, if you have him fully booked and if you have accuracy on the champion. He needs them both in order to perform at his best potential. His A3 places a strengthened buff, an increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 2 turns. This is on a 4-turn cooldown. It's nice to have the strengthen and increased speed. Pretty hard to make something with this in clan boss or anything like that. The passive at the start of each turn places a perfect veil buff for 1 turn on the ally with the highest attack. So basically he's gonna go on your nuker, he's gonna get protected, which is definitely coming in hand if you decide to go double nuker on somebody, you know. Inflicts 20% more damage against targets whose defense is lower than this champion's defense. Because you're gonna build him with high defense, right? You're gonna build him with high defense. It's very unlikely that somebody else in the opponent team will have a higher defense than this champion. So you can safely say that in PvP, most of the times that 20% is gonna happen, you know. Pretty good base stats, defense aura for all battles. All around, I feel like he's a very, very solid champion, you know. And of course, we have another 10x, which will be on Wednesday, guys. On Wednesday, December 21st, we're planning to launch a 10x event to summon Yumeko. Now, you guys remember when I talked about it the other day, I was kind of like waiting with my mercy for a Yumeko 10x or something like that, but then I decided to go for the guaranteed. Well, here she is, 10x event on Yumeko, and how I mentioned, I'm pretty convinced that something is gonna happen this weekend. I have a feeling, that the reason why they gave us guaranteed Eilil, and we have the Nutcracker, he's going to be the 10x champion or something like this during Christmas. Now, don't hold me responsible for what I'm saying. I just think something is going to happen. So think wisely before you're dropping your shards for a 10x Yumeko. Remember, the chances are extremely low to pull champions on the 10x, including on Void shards. It's not like they're making a big difference. It is a bit of a difference from Voids to Ancients and Sacreds, but it's still very, very low to get a 10x champion. So, up to you. Probably I'm gonna do a 10 pop. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm gonna wait for the weekend during the 2x. But Yumeko, guys, such a powerful champion. Like, offense-wise, she is game-changing in PvE. Like, you've seen Victor test Clampos team. The Yami, that's how he called the team. He literally beat the record that nobody else can beat because he reached the maximum amount of damage that the 32 bits allows. That's kind of like in the coding and it's a bit more complicated. Very good base stats, 105 base speed. And on the A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit steals 7.5 of the target's turn meter if this champion has 50% HP or more. Each hit heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted if this champion has less than 50% HP. Very nice skill as well. Dropping a bit of turn meter or getting a bit of extra heal can be pretty nice. Now, she's not really gonna deal tons of damage, okay? So do not expect her to go back on full HP with these hits on a normal arena build or anything like that. She's a monster in PvE content as well. A lot of people use her on a stage 25 on the Sand Devils. We have the A2 attacks one enemy. Fully booked, 100% chance of placing a Hex debuff for 3 turns. Then we have a passive effect right here. Whenever an enemy tries to place debuffs on either this champion or an ally, has a 55% chance of transferring those debuffs to a random enemy under a Hex debuff placed by this champion. This happens before any debuffs are placed on the initial target. So he's gonna have a 75% chance fully booked to instantly send back the debuffs on an enemy that has the Hex debuff placed by her, you know. Whenever someone fills the turn meter of an enemy under a Hex debuff placed by this champion's turn meter will be filled instead. Only available when Karato Fox Hunter is on the same team. Karato is actually a pretty interesting champion too. It's pretty hard to play him in the current meta. Like, since they got released in the game, a lot of things changed, but I still think they were a very powerful couple when they got released if you are having both of them. The A3, think about Kaimar and Warlord, I don't know, teaming up, somehow making a baby, and then this skill comes out. On a 5-turn cooldown, decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 3 turns and increases the cooldown of all enemy skills by 3 turns. Will not decrease the cooldowns of these champion skills. This is very nasty as well, guys, because if you play it right, you're gonna make use of both of the things that the skill is doing. And if you are talking about arena, Warlord depletes the turn meter, which will kind of like force you to go back into reaction. This skill will not, so the enemies will take their turn, and if you're speed tuning your team right, you're gonna be able to nuke the enemy team after they took their turn, so reaction is not there to kind of like stop you, you know. And we have this amazing passive, Deep Cover, places a Perfect Veil buff on this champion for 2 turns at the start of each round. This champion is immune to all debuffs if they are under a Veil or Perfect Veil. So basically, she starts with immunity. It's huge because you're going to be able to build her with a lot of speed, a lot of accuracy, and don't worry about her being crowd controlled or anything like that, you know, allowing you to push the speed and accuracy much higher than if you would do an immunity build, you know. Whenever a Veil or a Perfect Veil buff is placed on an enemy, has a 75% chance of stealing the buff. This happens before the buff is placed on the initial target, only available when Karato Fox Hunter is on the same team. So when they're together, if you're going against the Duchess or anything like that, it's actually pretty nice because you have a chance to steal the buff from them. Guys, this is what we have on the 10x during this CVC. Keep in mind, 2x Voids starting this weekend. I know she's really tempting to pull for, you know, like she's an amazing champion. If you're super close to Mercy, yeah, probably I would drop the shards too. Like if I would be 50 shards away from the Mercy, I would drop the shards too, but I'm only 55 shards in the Mercy, so I need 150 to get a guaranteed legendary, 160 maybe if I'm unlucky. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna attempt to go for it. But that was all for this video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.